What begins here transforms the world. I want to share some ideas that may assist you on your path to creating a better world. And although these principles were discovered during my military service, I can promise you that it doesn't matter if you've never worn a uniform. It doesn't matter what your gender is, what your ethnic or religious heritage might be, your orientation, or where you fall on the social ladder. Our challenges in this world are remarkably similar, and the principles for overcoming those challenges and moving forward, transforming ourselves and the world we live in, will work for everyone equally. So these are the 10 principles I discovered from basic SEAL training that I hope will prove valuable to you as you progress through life. Each morning during SEAL training, my instructors, all of whom were Vietnam combat veterans at that time, would appear in my barracks room, and the very first thing they would do was examine my bed. If you made it correctly, the corners would be perfectly square, the covers would be tightly pulled, the pillow positioned precisely beneath the headboard, and the spare blanket folded neatly at the foot of the rack. It was an uncomplicated task, ordinary at best, but each morning we had to make our bed flawlessly. This seemed somewhat absurd at the time, especially considering that we were training to become genuine warriors, tough, battle-tested SEALs. But the value of this straightforward act has been demonstrated to me countless times since. If you make your bed each morning, you will have completed the first task of the day. It will provide you a modest sense of accomplishment, and it will motivate you to complete another task and another and another. And by day's end, that one completed task will have multiplied into many completed tasks. Making your bed will also strengthen the understanding that the small things in life are important. If you cannot do the small things correctly, you will never be able to do the large things correctly. And if you happen to have a terrible day, you will return home to a bed that you made. And a made bed provides you with reassurance that tomorrow will be better. So if you want to transform the world, begin by making your bed. During SEAL training, the students are divided into boat crews. Each crew consists of 7 students, 3 positioned on each side of a small rubber boat and 1 coxswain to help navigate the dinghy. Each day your boat crew assembles on the beach and receives instructions to get through the surf zone and paddle multiple miles down the coastline. In the winter months, the surf off San Diego can reach 8 to 10 feet high, and it becomes extremely challenging to paddle through the crashing surf unless everyone commits fully. Every paddle stroke must be coordinated to the rhythm count of the coxswain. Everyone must contribute equal effort, or the boat will rotate against the wave and be unceremoniously thrown back onto the beach. For the boat to reach its destination, everyone must paddle. You cannot transform the world by yourself. You will need assistance. And to truly travel from your starting point to your destination requires friends, colleagues, the kindness of strangers, and a capable coxswain to lead you. If you want to transform the world, find someone to help you paddle. After several weeks of grueling training, my SEAL class, which began with 150 men, had dwindled to only 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was placed in the boat with the tall guys, but the most effective boat crew we had was composed of the small guys. The Munchkin crew, we named them. Nobody was taller than 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew included 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 resilient kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The large men in the other boat crews would always make light-hearted jokes about the tiny little flippers the Munchkins wore on their tiny little feet before every swim. But somehow these small guys from every region of the nation and the world always got the final laugh, swimming quicker than everyone and arriving at the shore well before the rest of us. SEAL training was a magnificent equalizer. Nothing was important except your determination to succeed. Not your color, not your ethnic heritage, not your education, not your social standing. If you want to transform the world, evaluate a person by the magnitude of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. Multiple times each week, The instructors would organize the class and conduct a uniform inspection. It was remarkably thorough. Your hat had to be impeccably starched, your uniform flawlessly pressed, your belt buckle gleaming and free of any marks. But it appeared that regardless of how much effort you invested into starching your hat or pressing your uniform or polishing your belt buckle, it simply was not adequate. The instructors would discover something incorrect. For failing uniform inspection, the student had to run fully dressed into the surf zone, then soaking wet from head to toe, roll around on the beach until every inch of your body was coated with sand. The result was known as a sugar cookie. You remained in the uniform the remainder of the day, cold, wet, and sandy. There were numerous students who simply could not accept the reality that all their efforts were futile and that regardless of how intensely they attempted to get the uniform correct, it went unrecognized. Those students did not complete training. Those students did not comprehend the purpose of the exercise. You were never going to succeed. You were never going to have a flawless uniform. The instructors were not going to permit it. Sometimes, regardless of how thoroughly you prepare or how excellently you perform, you still wind up as a sugar cookie.